Hi, everyone. You're watching this video because you're taking my hybrid version of Calc 3 this summer. This is actually the first time I've taught Calc 3 hybrid. I've taught it online, I've taught it in person. So the hybrid option was made available this summer because the other section was canceled. They didn't have an instructor for it. Thus, they canceled it. So if you were in the 1 p.m. section, you didn't know where you were going, and you probably signed up for this class. We made it available just because there were enough students who wanted to take Calc 3 that we wanted to offer them something. I know that hybrid is not ideal for everybody. For some people, maybe it's a better option, but there might be one spot left in the in-person 10 a.m. I'm not really sure, but I know it was waitlisted before, but the hybrid option is better than nothing. So what you're going to be using this summer is a set of videos that were put together by Professor Cunningham during COVID, and he's the one who set up the online shell for Calc 3. The hybrid portion of this test, or of this class, just means that you're going to be coming in on Thursdays, basically to be taking assessments. I want to do like a quick perusal of the syllabus with you, just so you have a very general idea. We're going to talk more about this when I see you on Thursday. Basically, the class is hybrid so that I have a way of assessing you for tests so that I'm not trying to proctor you online. We don't really have a system for that at ECC. So the hybrid time that I'm going to be seeing you for is mostly just going to be for administering exams or quizzes. And then if we have a quiz day, it'll of course be a day where we're going to be reviewing and going over any questions that you have. You will have 5 chapter tests and a final in this class. That's 6 total exams, and it's an 8-week class. So you can see there'll only be 2 weeks where you'll just have a quiz versus a test. Let me share really quickly though, my page for the syllabus, which is on my D2L tab, which I'll share with you now. Sharing this tab. Okay, good. Every time, it's been a while since I've done this. Okay, there it is. Excellent. I'm going to trust that I'm still there. All right, so here's our D2L page. You'll be on your home page. You'll click into our class. This is your hybrid class. I have a note in here. Actually, this was written by Professor Cunningham, so I just kept it because, like I said, he's the one who set up the online course. And your class is basically an online class that I only see in person for assessments. So you'll go to the content tab, and this is where you're going to find all of the course modules and any of the information that you're going to need for the course. Now, I taught this class online, fully online last summer, and the way that he set up the D2L page was for a fully online class. Therefore, I took his shell, which I'm supposed to be using. It's the college's shell, and I edited it last summer, and then I copied it this summer and basically changed in dates and mixed things around since I'm going to be seeing you in person. If anything on here doesn't make sense to you, there were so many little things for me to check, and then it was a lot. It's just always a lot to switch things around. So if anything looks not clear, or something doesn't seem to be matching up, like maybe it's this date on one page and that date on another, please just let me know right away. I think I looked this over like 55 times, but I just want to make sure in case. And if you see something, say something is generally my motto. Your orientation is just like a quick overview with some information in it that you may or may not choose to look at. Your syllabus is a basic overview. We're in person Thursday from 1 to 3. Otherwise, you're learning this online through videos. Basically, all the learning you're really going to be doing through videos. We'll be in D230, so building D upstairs in 230. It is summer. In summer, our office hours are by appointment only. We're not held to a contract during the summer. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time that I'm on campus to have office hours because I'm teaching a pretty large block Monday through Thursday, and my kids are only at summer camp for so long. So I don't really have time to have office hours on campus unless it's something that was set in advance that I can work into the schedule. Could be something that maybe we could meet on Zoom for if you had something you wanted to discuss about the class. All right, your textbook is required for the class, but the big thing is that for this class, for the hybrid version, you're going to need my math lab. That's where you're going to do homework, and that's where you're going to do 3 of your quizzes that are going to take place on my math lab. There are instructions for how to get into our class in the orientation module of the class. But the class code is Faruqi 37975. If you just go to mymathlab.com, if you don't currently have an account, it'll guide you to set one up. It'll ask you for your class code. That's this code. It'll even prompt you to pay for it right there. So don't feel like you have to go to like Amazon and have them send you a physical access kit or anything like that. You can get it directly through Pearson. I'm pretty sure it's the same price as what the ECC bookstore has. In fact, I generally recommend that students get it directly through Pearson, just because there was one year where something happened with the ISBN and the students didn't get the right code from the bookstore and they had to return them all. It was a very strange thing. But I just feel like it's easier just to go to mymathlab.com and set up an account and pay for the access through there. But that's how you're going to do your homework and some of the quizzes through there. If you have any questions on how to access that, please let me know as soon as possible, because I want you to get started on this stuff right away. So you have prereqs, a course description, guided notes. Oh, that's a really good point. I had a bunch of guided notes printed up for you in the ECC print shop, and they're really nice color notes. They go along with the videos that Professor Cunningham is going to be, that he has made for you. Excuse me. So they should be ready. Like, they should all be printed up, but unfortunately, I'm not going to see you till Thursday. And by Thursday, I'm hoping that you have at least 13.1 through 13.4 done by the time I see you on Thursday at 1 o'clock. So if you would like to get your notes sooner rather than later, come see me at ECC. I'm teaching the class from 10 to 12:30 in person. Just come by, swing by the classroom, also D230, and pop your head in and say, hey, Mrs. Faruqi, do you have those notes? Even if you come at 10 or 12:30, just pick a time, come in and get your guided notes if you want them before Thursday. Otherwise, you're going to have to print them out yourself. I know some people just download them to their tablet or whatever it is that they use. So if you want, you can do that. The links should be in there. I'll show those to you in a minute. But yeah, so the grading here, 10% for homework, 10% for quizzes, 60% for chapter exams, 20% for the final exam. So the final exam is not nothing. It is important. Your homework is all going to be through my math lab. Oh, and here's the PDF I have for instructions for signing up for my math lab. So you can click on that and it'll give you a PDF page with instructions for how to sign up for our class on my math lab, if you've never used it before. If you already have an account, great, but you might have to pay for access again. I don't remember how long it covers. All right, so quizzes, makeup or late quizzes will not be permitted. Chapter exams, I will drop your lowest exam score. If you miss a test, it's a 0, but like I said, I'll drop your lowest test score. You may not make up any exams unless you give me prior authorization. I know during the summer, sometimes we have stuff going on and you know in advance. Like if you know that your sister is getting married on the day that I have an exam scheduled, let me know in advance and take it before you go. I don't mind letting you take it early, but I don't let students take exams late. The final exam is comprehensive. You'll have a 2-hour final the last day of class in D230. You may not make up the final exam. If you no longer wish to be in this class, you must formally withdraw through registration, yada, yada. Here's our class schedule. The way that I set this up, I want to be very specific about this. When I say sections covered in a given week, my intent for that was that this would sort of mirror what I'm doing in my Monday through Thursday class. So my idea when I originally wrote these was that you're going to be working on these sections Monday through Thursday. And if you wanted to get ahead on the next week, you could start on the weekend. But I was hoping that by the Thursday of that week, you'd have 13.5 done. Now, where this could get a little sketchy, and I wasn't entirely sure how I wanted to do this, exam 3 might need to move to week 5. Just because you're going to be covering 15.8 that week. And even though you only have 4 sections, and I do think chapters 13, 14, 15 are definitely the easier of the 5. We're going to have to maybe take a vote. And if you feel like you need some more time for exam 3, then we'll move it to the next week. That's not a big deal. But the other tests need to stay where they are. There's no wiggle room. So exam 3, we could move to the next week. I guess the only reason I didn't was I was thinking if the next week you're already up to 16.4, do you really want to go on Thursday and take a test that covers chapter 15? So we'll discuss, but keep that in mind. We might move test 3 to whatever that would be, 7/6, July 6th. And if we did that, then I would just have your quiz in person instead of online during week 4. Okay, we'll talk about that when the time comes, but that's the only thing that was really kind of bugging me about this. And then you only have 3 sections during week 7, so I don't feel like it's too crazy to put those last 3 as the second part of that test. And then you'll just finish those last 2 in week 8 and study for your final exam. So these last 2 sections could be on your final, but they're not going to be on test 5. All right, we do have a math lab on campus. Feel free to drop in Monday through Thursday from 8 to 3. There's tutoring in the tutoring center, which is top floor of the library, which is C230, but it's the library. Monday through Thursday from 9 to 8, it's free. You don't have to sign up for a time, you drop in. The only problem is you're in Calc 3 and there's usually only one tutor who can really help you with Calc 3. So figure out who that tutor is, figure out when they're there, and go seek their help. And you'll be glad that you did, because it's free. Let's see, cheating, disability services. If you need a disability service, please make sure that you get that paperwork done through the disability services offices, and they will submit that to me. But yeah, that's like the really quick overall gist of the syllabus that I just wanted to discuss with you. When you start working on the course, you're going to start with module 1. These are set up so that you know where you are. Week 1 starts 6/5. It technically ends 6/11, even though, like I said, I kind of wanted you to really have that done by that Thursday. That was my plan. It's going to take a minute to load, at least it is for me. It always takes a minute to load for me because it has like a lot of video links and stuff in it. I hope that what I'm saying makes sense right now. I ran the Chicago 13-1 this morning. I've been up since 4:50 and it's now 10:20 p.m. and just very tired. All right, let's see. 13-1 through 13-5. So it sort of gives you an overview of what the week is about. It gives you objectives for what we're learning. And then it has guided notes for each section. So these guided notes are the same ones that I ordered to be printed up for you in color. So if you are one of those people who likes to work on your tablet and take notes that way, then you can open up this guided notes page, which opens up a PDF. And this is the same exact notes that I had printed up for you. If you want to print them this week because you don't want to come into ECC and find me and obtain your copy, if you have a printer at home and you want to do that, fine. If you're on campus for a different class, you can always use the math lab to print out copies of your notes. So there are printers in the math lab that you can use for free. I mean, I think they have a page limit, but I mean, these aren't going to exceed your page limit. So I would not worry about that. Let's see. So yeah, you're going to pull up the guided notes. And then for each set of guided notes, there's a corresponding video that goes along with that. And mine's taking a minute to load. Sometimes it does that. You know, I don't remember it doing this before I put this particular class together. Oh, there they are. Okay. So that's Professor Cunningham. I think you'll really like his videos. He's not, I mean, he's teaching your class, but I'm administering your class. So don't go try to find him and be like, oh, Professor Cunningham, can you answer this question I had about our test on this day? He'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even think he's teaching this summer. So please don't email him any questions about our class in particular. If you had a Calc 3 question, you really wanted to ask him about his notes, I mean, he probably wouldn't mind, but he's not really teaching the class. So, I mean, he's teaching you, but I'm administering your class. So you should probably direct those questions to me. But these are all just YouTube links. His videos, I found them to be really enjoyable, and I've gotten a lot of really positive feedback from students. And he's a really nice guy, and he's so good at what he does. So I hope you'll really enjoy them. But those are just videos that you'll be watching this week. And at the bottom of each module, you'll see assignments for the week. There's information about the quiz that will be administered in class on Thursday. I only put it after section 13.3 because the quiz is only going to cover 13.1 through 13.3. Just, it's the first week of class, and I don't want to make the quiz too crazy. And I know everyone's kind of getting started. So we'll just keep it short and simple. And then, cross products, lines and planes in space. Lines and planes in space will be the biggest section. But if you've had physics or if you've had Calc 3 before at any point in time, you'll find that this chapter, I don't want to say that it's an easy chapter, but compared to everything else that you're going to do in the class, this is the most accessible chapter that we're going to have. And it's one where you kind of feel like, okay, these problems are short. Like, for the most part, there's usually going to be a formula if you need it, or it's going to be a shorter problem. There aren't as many really long problems in this chapter. So kind of enjoy this, but don't expect the whole class to be like chapter 13, because it's not going to be. It's going to get crazier. I find that most students start to feel like they really need to get to work more in chapter 16 and definitely chapter 17, where you're coming across these just really new topics. And then I put information in here about the exam, which will be Thursday, June 15th. So even though you're going to have most of chapter 13 done this week, at least that gives you a little bit of time to make sure you're ready for the exam next week, Thursday. And since I only see you one day a week, I kind of have to just pick the week that seems best. And I did not want to test you this Thursday. That seemed way too soon to me. So your test will cover 13.1 through 13.6. Your test 1 will be June 15th, so a week from Thursday. So this Thursday, you're going to come to class in D230. We'll answer any general questions you have about the course, any general questions you have about the sections that you've covered so far in chapter 13, and then we'll take a quiz, and then we'll kind of go from there. It's kind of hard for me to know because I don't know if you're going to have a lot of questions or not, but it's going to be one of those two really super random classes where you're not going to have a test to take. And when you do have a test to take, it's going to take the whole time. So it's not like I'm going to be teaching you and then you're going to take a test. Every test you're going to take in this class, you'll be given 2 hours to complete. So this Thursday, come prepared with any questions that you have, and we'll take a quiz in person on Thursday. I know it's kind of confusing because some of our quizzes are in person and some of them are on my math lab, but I've really tried to make it clear in these modules so that you know what to expect each week and it's not confusing. If you ever have questions about anything regarding this course or the syllabus, I mean, even if it's, a math question or non-math question, please just email me. The email that I put on the syllabus is probably my student email. It's the Gmail. It just, I find it easier to keep track of student emails in the Gmail. Student.elgin.edu. That's fine. If you want to do the kfaruqi@elgin.edu, that's fine. You can also do that one. It does not matter to me. But since I do have 2 sections of this class, you might want to say, hi, this is, so-and-so, Joanna from your hybrid class or from section 400 or something. You don't have to say section 400, but maybe just say from your hybrid class. I'm teaching 2 classes this summer, Calc 3 in person and Calc 3 hybrid. So if you email me, it's really helpful if you tell me what class you're in, just because it's going to take me half the summer to really figure out who's where. Maybe not half the summer, but it's only an 8-week class. Things happen really quickly. What else did I want to say? If you have any questions about my math lab or getting on there, please let me know. If you cannot pay for it right now, my math lab does offer a free, I think it's 14-day trial period. So sign up for it right now, get your access, get your homework done. And then if you need another week to pay for it, that's fine. I think they give you 2 weeks before you actually have to pay for it. Let's see. Anything else I want to say to you really quickly? I almost didn't make you a video. I was just going to send you an email, but I was like, I should probably show my face so that they know who I am and that they don't think that Professor Cunningham is administering their course. And I just never want students to be in the dark. I know online classes can be really isolating sometimes and confusing, and you're kind of not sure what's being expected of you or what's going on. So I really just wanted to give you a really hopefully brief, I'm having a hard time keeping anything brief, but just kind of a brief overview. of what to expect this summer. And it's only 8 weeks. It's going to fly, but you're going to have to work really hard. There's a lot to do in this class, and you'll see that the first couple chapters really go quickly, and it's because they are just the chapters that don't quite take as much of your mental energy. So, what else was I going to say about the class? I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to say. If you have questions, email me. If anything else comes up and you want to ask me about it, ask me on Thursday. Are you required to have the book? No. But through my math lab, you should have some sort of link to an e-text. If you don't have that, let me know. I mean, you don't have to have the text, but I find it helpful. But since you're in an online hybrid class, maybe you don't really feel like you need the text, and that's also fine. You don't have to have it, but it should be available to you through my math lab. Just at least those, you should be able to access some sort of ebook from there, I think, unless they've changed something. Let me know if you can't get it. Again, I'm Mrs. Faruqi. I never even introduced myself. I'll see you all on Thursday. Really looking forward to meeting you and working with you this summer. If you have questions, please email me. Otherwise, I will see you Thursday. Pop in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whichever day you want this week if you want to get a copy of your guided notes early. Otherwise, I'll have them for you on Thursday. Okay, that's all. I got to wrap this up. This is starting to take forever. Wonderful. I'm going to see you Thursday. Get to work. Start in 13-1. Get cracking. It's time. Okay. All right. Bye. Work hard.